A legal brief is a written document submitted by lawyers. They are used to present arguments for their cases. Legal briefs consist of many different things. They start with the cover page, of course. They have a table of contents, a summary of the case, the issues presented, a statement of facts, the agreement, and a conclusion. Legal briefs are important for many different reasons. They provide the information court officials need for these cases. They help judges make the right and fair decisions when it comes to these cases. They also help the judge understand the arguments that are being presented. Legal briefs are essential when it comes to organizing legal arguments. They ensure cases are clear and logical. Most importantly, they make it easier for the court to follow. There are many different kinds of legal briefs. These 4 legal briefs are called appellative briefs, trial briefs, amicus curiae briefs, and motion briefs. An appellative brief argues why the trial court made a mistake. It is filed by a party in an appeal. An appellate brief consists of a cover page, a table of contents, a table of authorities, a jurisdictional statement, the issues presented, a statement of the case, a summary of the argument itself, a conclusion, a certificate of compliance, and a certificate of service. A trial brief is filed shortly before or during trial. It addresses relevant legal issues for the court to consider. This legal brief includes a cover page, of course, a table of contents, the introduction, issues being tried, the argument, conclusions, and any attachments that are needed for the case. And an amicus curiae brief is submitted to the court by a person or organization that isn't involved in the case. So this brief is important because it provides the courts with the right information they need to go on, so everything could be fully understood, and it also advocates for change. This brief consists of the cover page, a table of contents, table of authorities, the interest of the amicus curiae, a summary of the argument itself, of course, a conclusion at the end, a certificate of compliance, and a certificate of service. A motion brief is used to support a party's motion in court, meaning it explains why the court should or should not be in favor of one party over the other. The motion brief consists of a title page, introduction, the statement of facts, legal issues, the argument, the conclusion, and a certificate of service. The legal brief contained in Chapter 2 that I decided to conduct my own outside research on is the City of Revere versus Massachusetts General Hospital. This case involves a man named Patrick M. Kelvin. He was shot by a police officer because he attempted to flee the scene of a crime. He was shot because he attempted to flee the scene of a crime. He was sent to the hospital after being shot and was there for 9 days, according to Chapter 2. He was in police custody, but was not arrested until he was discharged from the hospital. He had to be hospitalized again, and the City of Revere declined paying for both hospitalizations. The Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court did not require the city to pay, and then later on they realized that it went against the 8 Amendments right, which ensures the punishment for crimes are not excessive, cruel, or unusual for prisoners. They ended up being overruled by the U.S. Supreme Court because Kelvin was not found guilty at the time. They said the 8th Amendment did not apply, which is why it was overruled. The legal implications of this topic for hospitalizations and providers includes different lawsuits that can arise when it comes to, being hospitalized. This legal brief left me with many questions. The first question is, why was he not arrested until he left the hospital? I don't understand that. The second question is, what crime did he even commit? And the last question is, why did the 8th Amendment not apply if he was basically in police custody? I find it crazy that although he did flee a crime scene, he had to go through this. It's very unfortunate. And the issues addressed in the topic meshed with past readings because I learned about our amendments before doing this assignment. And the ideas 100% support each other. Thank you for watching.